second section. Welcome back your host, Mr. Tony Vino. Oh, lovely stuff. Welcome back. Come on, you slow coach. Sit down. Excellent, well done. That's fine. So, how was your break? Excellent here, all right there. So good for you. You kept it going, didn't you? Look at that. Brilliant stuff. So, well, that's amazing. We've had a good first start. We've got some properly famous acts in the second section, everybody. Britain's Got Talent winner, right? Which is incredible. We've got Arthur Smith, no, last voice guy, Arthur Smith. It's going to be a good time. You can hear the cans on the old bloody rights. I'll get that iron brew open, bloody right. Party time, you're all right. Have you moved on to your pudding? I do apologise for calling, it's just that you've got a Father Christmas beard on a 30-year-old man's face. It's James. What do you do by the way, James? What's your job?
Industrial road pack test.
Industrial
road pack test.
Great. That's the right way. Pack testing. Is it pack testing you do?
Abseiling buildings.
Your abseil buildings? No wonder you shoot yourself. That's what it is. He's frightened all day. That's a proper job, that. Bloody industrial, bloody good on you. We're all right with him, aren't we? We're all right with him. That's it, yeah. Look at that. That's a proper job. That won't get done by, there's a lot of people, now they're saying like something like 20% of jobs within the next 10 years are possibly going to get replaced by AI, right? But I think you're safe. Look at that. Even that's like, you're all right, yeah, Jude. What about taxi? Have any taxi drivers in? Good. Yeah, there's not the time for it, is it? Look at that. Comedy's safe, but I bet there's I said, what was that? Was it a gig a couple of weeks ago? Has anyone got like a job and thinks safe? From the guy in the front of it, he's got a cat, and I go, what do you do? And he goes, I'm a taxidermist. Do you know what that is? It's putting sand in dead, but I was like that. I was like, why do you do that? He goes, I just love animals. I was like, I love my Auntie Jean, but honestly, so that's it. So I teach my kids, try and think of something that you can't get replaced like that, because I've got kids. We had to think about like careers and all that during the pandemic. So my little boy, he went from primary school to high school, because we did homeschooling over there, but like we did a lot of media studies in our house, Netflix, so we did so they're doing all right. I've got two beautiful children, right? And one ugly one. They're all right. It's good. It's one at high school, two at primary. How many of you are parents? We've got a lot of parents in? Yeah. Tired people, well done. Look at that, it's What about half term then? What do you do? Because you live around here. This is like you're in a holiday destination. Like after doing go anywhere nice half term this year? No. I'll repeat the question. Did anyone go anywhere nice? No, Morecambe's there, said it. Oh, it's good. We did a proper family holiday this afternoon. We went to Centre Parks. Right? Anyone been there? Yeah. We went to the big one in Sherwood Forest. That was in Sherwood Forest, which used to be famous for Robin Hood, who stole from the rich, gave to the poor. Now it's famous for Centre Parks. We steal from everyone. Proper expensive. It is, but because I can't afford to take them abroad now. It's like well, if you've got kids, right, the best family holiday we have, right, if you've got kids, best place to take them abroad, trust me on this, trust Amsterdam. No, honestly, the kids sleep great. I'm all right, well, it's nap time, here we go, come on. So he's gone, it's interesting. I thought I'd be taking them, all abroad, because I travel abroad, and then I just want to stay at home. I don't want to. The kids are like, can we go somewhere hot? And I'm like, well, no. Let's do it. Come on, man. Let's do it. I travel like this year. Where have I been? do all these TUI flights and go. Last year, I went to America. That's amazing. They love comedy out in America, right? But there are some Americans who don't share the English sense of ironic humour, like customs officers. They don't. They're like, Alan, he's got his guns, like, sir, have you got any illegal drugs? I'm like, what do you need? Right? So you didn't find like, I found I've got a G-spot, but let's not talk about it. So we did America, and what I like about Americans as well is we like, you know, they love the sort of English accent as well, right? Because I was at one gig, and this guy was like, he was like, excuse me, sir, are you English? I said, yes, I am. He goes, I just want to say thank you for Shakespeare. As if I wrote it. I'm like, well, thank you for Man versus Food. Cultural exchange, right? Because there's little things like I did show, like I went to one show down to Alabama State, the guy there who runs the club, he goes like this, he goes, in money, because what? He goes, in money. Are you pro-gay? Are you pro-gay? I was like, I'm not even amateur gay. I'm not even sure what it means. So there we go. So we're going to do this now. We're going to bring on Lost Boys. We're going to have an absolutely fantastic time. And you, well done, paying an extra £5. That is, all the glamour is just drained out of that, right? So this is an amazing venue, isn't it? It's just absolutely fantastic. I mean, I love it. And long may it continue. Does anyone know when it was established? How long has it been going, this venue? So, as long as you two have been together, look at that, right? Go on, having a chat about this. Go on, how long is it? Is it this century? Is it older than 1900? 70. Look at that. Thank you, Wikipedia, at the front there. 1782. This is incredible. Long may, I mean, they've done very well. I think it's going to do really. They've installed this new accounting software called Horizon. That's it was going cheap, everybody. No, I shouldn't joke about that. My uncle was a sub postmaster, and he's hoping to get his conviction quashed. He was going for arson. Right then, let's do this. Okay, it's time for your first of two acts. We've got Lost Boys Guy, then we've got Arthur Smith. I reckon we can do this. People of Lancaster and beyond, are you ready for this? Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so a man that does not need introduction, but I'm going to do it anyway. He's a national treasure. He's here in Lancaster, the winner of Britain's Got Talent, right here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the amazing Lost Boys Guy!
Hello to all you lovely people. Are you doing all right? I don't always get walked onto stage by a glamorous assistant, by the way. I just noticed that the bloke over there looks like a benefit fraud inspector. So I'm trying to look as disabled as possible. This is also the reason why I won't be ending the show with my usual song and dance routine. As you may be able to tell, I'm a struggling stand-up comedian who also struggles to stand up. To be honest, I'm not sure which I am worst at. I'll leave that for you to decide. But just so you know, if you don't laugh at the disabled guy, you're going to hell. If you are wondering how I got disabled, it's because I didn't forward that chain email to 10 of my closest friends when I was younger. As a matter of fact, I actually have 3 disabilities. I have cerebral palsy, I have epilepsy, and I also suffer from being a Geordie. In fact, you could say that I was a cripple threat. It's nice to be herein. Insert the name of your town or city here. In fact, it's much nicer than being in. Insert the name of a shit local town here. People keep asking me why I always lean to the left when I'm standing. It's got nothing to do with my disability. That's just how much I hate the Tories. We are just an advanced breed of monkeys on a minor planet of a very average star. But we can understand the universe. That makes us something very special. Sorry, I think I picked up the wrong iPad. That was from last night, when I was performing as a Stephen Hawking trivia. There's some very lovely ladies in the audience. I'll be honest, I'm not very good at chatting up the ladies. I don't think my posh old man voice helps. Especially now that I work for the BBC as well. There's just something about all of those things put together that screams paedophile. If you think this voice is bad, though, let me try some chat-up lines with some of the others.
Your name must be Microsoft, because you have got me feeling very unstable.
Do you still use Internet Explorer? Because you seem as if you like it nice and slow.
You are the apple of my eye. Tabbed.
On the off chance that any of those lines worked, I'll buy you a drink after the show. I hope some of you are into role-playing, though. You can be the iPad, and I'll be fingering you. So, you can see what I mean about my attempts to chat up girls. And I know what you are thinking. I've won 250 grand by winning Britain's Got Talent, and I still can't get a shag. In fact, the only way I can get a woman wet is by making her lie under my chin. I love the noise you all made when I told that joke. It brings back so many good memories. Because it's exactly the same noise that the women made when I dribbled all over there. I have had a bit more success with women since I won Britain's Got Talent, though. Mainly because my Tinder profile photograph has been my disabled parking badge. The ladies just can't resist being able to park right outside of Primark. In fact, I met my last girlfriend on Tinder. We seemed to click straight away, so I didn't tell her about my disability. It's not that I wanted to lie to her. I just didn't want her to use me as a friend with benefits. And I don't mean for the casual sex. I mean for my disability living allowance. She kept saying how beautiful I looked, and that she loved my big blue eyes, and how she liked looking at my photographs. To be honest, I didn't want to ruin the moment. As time went on, it got harder to tell her the truth. Eventually, we decided to meet, and I knew she would find out about my disability when she saw me. Let's face it, it's pretty fucking obvious. You can tell I'm disabled by my hair. The day we finally met, I was so nervous. What if she was mad at me? What if she just walked away? My heart was pounding hard as I heard her walk up behind me. My legs went more wobbly than normal. I thought I was going to collapse. I turned around with excitement. I looked her in the eyes, and it was at that moment when I realized she hadn't told me that she was blind. The lying bitch. But it was a match made in heaven when you think about it. She was a really attractive woman, but she couldn't see how fit she was. And I couldn't tell her that. I looked like one of the Chuckle brothers. The one that is dead. In fact, I told her that I looked like one of those dickheads off Love Island. But the only voice I could find that was anything like a sexy dickhead off Love Island was a satellite navigation voice I downloaded off the internet. Of course, this was awkward in itself, as I could only say certain words and phrases. She was probably wondering why I was directing her to places all the time.
At the top of the stairs, bear left. At the end of the corridor, turn right into my bedroom. Please make a U-turn where possible. When you get to the bed, go forward, then reverse, then forward. Reverse, forward, reverse, forward, reverse, forward, reverse, forward, reverse, forward, reverse, forward. You have reached your destination. 15 minutes earlier than planned.
One of the best things about dating another disabled person was the fact that we could both take advantage of our situation. We got twice the benefit money. We both got to jump the queue at Alton Towers. And we both got to park in the disabled spaces at the supermarket. Don't get me wrong. We were not rich enough to own 2 cars. We just parked 1 car over 2 spaces. Because we were both pastors as well. I tried to be a very thoughtful boyfriend, and I only took her to accessible restaurants. I once took her to this lovely place because I thought it had a Braille menu. But it turned out just to be splashes of dried-on-cheese sauce. One of the main reasons that me and this blind girl got on so well was the fact that we both had really dirty minds. So I got very excited when she suggested that we should watch porn together. I think that must be every man's dream. I couldn't wait for us to get turned on over a dirty movie and end of wild sex as a result. However, unless you have dated a blind person before, you've probably never watched any porn with the audio description on. This involves some random guy describing everything that is happening on screen. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Imagine watching your favorite movie with your family, but having your grandma spoil the whole thing because they just can't shut up and talk over all the best bits. That is what it is like watching porn with the audio description on. Instead of getting hard over the action on screen, all I could picture was a lonely guy in a recording studio commentating on 2 strangers who were having sex, then having a cry wank. If you don't believe me, let me play you a clip of what we actually watched.
The woman sucked deeply on his big cock, almost touching his belly with her nose. The woman lies down on the bed. The camera moves down from her head to her now naked body. The man is holding his cock at her entrance. The man fucks her hard, and her tits start to really flop around.
That shit really ruins the mood. To be honest, I was a bit shit at the romantic gestures anyway. Let's face it, if I tried to cook her a nice meal, I would have just burned the house down. I couldn't really turn up at her door in the rain because I would have just got an electric shock. And I would have been rubbish at serenading her with a guitar. I thought about just playing her a bit of Ed Sheeran on Spotify, but she wasn't worth the £9.99 to get rid of the adverts. However, I guess I could have wowed her with a fantastic version of the old Nokia ringtone. Do-do-do-do, 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 da-da. 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 I think the final nail in our relationship was when I tried to spice things up again by sending her dirty text messages. I don't like to brag, but I'm quite good with words. As long as they're typed, obviously. So I thought I could easily get her turned on by telling her what I wanted to do to her when we were next alone. Of course, I'd forgotten that when she received a text message from me, her phone actually read it out to her. Which is unfortunate, because she worked as a primary school teacher. And it didn't just read the text either. It read out all the emojis as well. It turns out that that changes the context of even the sexiest of messages. For example, this is what was read out whenever I sent her the laughing emoji.
Face rolling on the floor laughing.
And this is what was read out whenever I sent her the sick emoji.
Distressed face vomiting.
So, when I tried to send her a sexy text message, it turns out that all she heard was this.
I want to stick my big hard aubergine into your wet, happy cat face until you are sweaty red face with tongue hanging out. Squirty water, squirty water, squirty water, peach. Smiling face with horns.
To cut a long story short, the RSPCA have now banned me from ever owning a cat. Thanks to technology, I haven't missed my voice that much though. But I never used to have an iPad to speak with. In the olden days, I used to talk using a calculator. Sadly, I could only say a few words on it. Which is why all my pets were called boobies. As much as I enjoy technology though, I do worry that Google is taking the piss out of me. Because it keeps asking me if I want my cookies to be disabled. I know quite a lot of sign language as well. I actually hired a sign language interpreter for this show, but she hasn't turned up yet. So I apologize to the deaf people in the audience. For now, you'll just have to read my lips. It's hard for me to sing repetitive songs, too. When I join in, it just sounds like my computer's glitching. For example, listen to what happens when I try to sing a bit of Kylie. I just can't get you out of my head. Boy, your loving is all I think about. I just can't get you out of my head. Boy, it's more than I dare to think about. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. You're laughing now, but that was very close to being the rest of the show. Seeing how much you laughed at that, I just realized I didn't need to work so hard writing jokes. I could have just come up here and tried to sing "Is This the Way to Amarillo" for you. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. I do have to set a few things straight before I have to leave you. First of all, I'm not drunk, and this is actually how I walk all the time. Despite what embarrassed parents might tell their children when they ask awkward questions as I walk past. I did spend 8 years as an alcoholic in a vain attempt to correct this issue, thinking that if I drank enough, I'd walk straight. Turns out it just aggravated the bladder issue further. In the end, I had to go to Alcoholics Anonymous, but that did not help either. I just had trouble with the 12 steps. The second thing I need to point out is this. I am not related to Stephen Hawking in any way. However, I do hate the way people take the piss out of the way he speaks. I can really sympathize with him. And last but not least, I need to point out this. I hate that we have so many politically correct words to describe disabled people now. When I went to school, I honestly went to a school with spastics in its name. They certainly knew how to make us feel good about ourselves. Now it's all special needs, special schools, Special Olympics. I don't know what the fuck is so special about me. That is why it always alarms me when I hear about special forces going to war. I have to go now because the babysitter is waiting at home. I told her that my children, Siri and Alexa, were asleep upstairs. I haven't really got any kids. I'm just looking forward to seeing her face when I ask her where they are. You've been a fantastic audience. Even if you haven't, I can't really change what I say at this point. It's been a pleasure to perform at. Insert the name of your comedy venue here. I hope you have had fun laughing at a disabled man. Remember, it's only okay to laugh at a disabled person if you've paid good money to do so. Thank you, everyone. I have been Lost Voice Guy. If you find my voice, please contact me as soon as possible on my social media. Enjoy the rest of your night.
What a lovely Lost Voice Guy, everybody. Fantastic. This is it, people. Fantastic. You're climbing walls in here, aren't you? Doesn't matter, that's fine, that's right. Let's just do a joke about you upstairs in your job. That's all right. There we go. Marvellous stuff. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it straight away, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait to bring him on. He's all the way from. He's the mayor of Balham, ladies and gentlemen, and he's. I don't know how we managed to get him up here into Lancaster, but I've basically we've offered him some sweets. So change your up, mate. So we're going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together for your amazing headline act, the incredible Arthur Smith, everybody!
Hey everybody! I'm Jeremy Corbyn. No, don't worry, I'm Arthur Smith. You might have seen me in the TV series The Crown, where I played Princess Margaret. Or some of you might know me as the voice of the woman's stomach in the Yakult ad. No? Although I was fired and replaced by a younger sounding stomach. Some of you might know me from Radio 4. No? Well, I say to those of you who do not listen to Radio 4, in the end, you will. Anyway, it's great to be here in the fabulous town of Lancaster. You know what they say about Lancaster with its broad boulevards and its pulsating nightlife? Lancaster is like a cross between Paris and Rio de Janeiro. Who's from Lancaster? Anybody here from Preston? Scum. I've seen you people from Preston trying to swim over the river to get into Lancaster. And I propose we build a wall around Lancaster. And who's going to pay for it? Preston. Any Yorkshire people here? Well, you know what they say, a Yorkshireman is like a Scotsman with all the generosity squeezed out of him. And I don't suppose there's anybody here from Norfolk. In Norfolk, they're a bit slow. In Norfolk, if you go knock knock, they go hello. I'm from London. Anyone ever been to London? Yeah, I'm a South London man. I don't approve of North London. You know, in North London, they have little blue plaques commemorating famous people. In South London, we have big yellow signs saying, "Did you see this murder?" And I got a few announcements I've been asked to make. First of all, a word about drugs. Nice. This makes me laugh when they call some MP having a joint and he has to say, "Oh yeah, but I didn't inhale." You think, what was the fucking point of that then? That's like buying a hamster and not shoving it up your arse. Or is that just me? I've got a bit of merchandise, if anyone would like to see me after the show. I've got a book I've written called The Evil That Is Greed, and you can buy that off me for £29.99. And I've also selling some of my Arthur Smith anti-wrinkle cream. It's a penny for 2 gallons. Back in the days when it was a penny. And also I'm doing a sponsorship. If anyone would like to sponsor me, I'm doing a thing. I'm eating quiche for unborn foxes. And I'm also the patron of a charity called the Assisted Suicide Trust. We're kind of an extreme wing of the Euthanasia Society. And what we do is, we identify people in the community who we feel it will be in everyone's interest to accept that one-way ticket to Zurich. I've got my eyes on Jacob Rees-Mogg. Yeah, the thinking man's lump of shit. By the way, have we got the Queen up there in one of the balconies, is that right? Yeah, let's all sing the national anthem for the Queen. But let's change the words to fuck off, you fucking cunts. Come on. Fuck off, you fucking cunt. Fuck off, you fucking cunt. Fuck off, you cunt. Da 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 da. Fuck off, you fucking cunt. Fuck off, you fucking cunt. Fuck off, you fucking cunt. Fuck off, you cunts. Yeah, now, is there anybody here who's as old as me? No, I don't think so. I'm so old I can remember when you could buy a Cornish pasty that hadn't won an award. Yeah, I'm so old I can remember when we used to have white dog shit everywhere. Yeah, the only white dog shit you see these days, Leeds United. Oh dear. Actually, I'm reminded last time I was in Leeds, a bloke came up to me and said, "Hey you, where are you from?" I said, "I'm from London." He said, "No you're not," he said, "you're a Cockney bastard twat." "What are you?" And he was a big bloke and I could see his point of view. And I had to concede I was indeed a Cockney bastard twat. He said, "You reckon you're a comedian? I'll tell you the best joke in the world." I said, "Well, go on then." He said, "What did the Yorkshireman say to the Londoner?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "Fuck off back to London, you Cockney bastard twat." And that was indeed the best joke in the world. Yeah, I'm so old I can remember when Instagram was just a really efficient drug dealer. I'm so old I can remember when you used to have nylon sheets. Remember that? You had nylon sheets, nylon pyjamas. You get into bed at night, you'd be whooped straight out the other side. Yeah, I'm so. I mean, is there anybody here? I imagine there's probably a few. Is anybody who's never had sex under a Labour government? There's probably a few of you, aren't there? I estimate I've had sex under 12 different prime ministers. That was a hell of a fucking night. Well, it's just a work too, obviously. Yeah, I'm so old I'm able to persuade young people that I fought in the Second World War. Yeah, as far as my 15-year-old nephew Tom is concerned, in 1942 I was parachuted into occupied France, where I spent 6 months undercover as Jacques de Boulanger. And this story's gone down so well, his school's doing a project about me. I thought, what the hell, I bought some medals on eBay. Watch out for me at the next Armistice Day parade. In the old bullshitters regiment, which there's one member in every pub in Britain, it would seem. And I'm trying to keep fit at the moment. I've got these parallel bars at home. What I do is I run at them and try and buy a drink from both of them. And then I entered a marathon the other day. That was terrible. Chocolate and peanuts all over my willy. It doesn't really work with Snickers, that joke. A bit like this one, actually. What do you do if you get a peanut stuck up your bum? You eat a bar of chocolate and it comes out a treat. Yeah, they don't call them treats anymore, but somehow you can still get away with that one. A bit like another one I've suddenly thought of. A man goes into a pub and he goes to the cigarette machine, remember them? And the cigarette machine says, "Fuck off." So he goes up to the bar and there's some peanuts there, and the peanuts say, "You're very nice." And the barman suddenly says, "Sorry mate, I should have told you, the cigarette machine's out of order and the peanuts are complimentary." And that joke is now on display in the British Museum. Talking of which, let's do a few other old ones like that, all in tribute to the late great Barry Cryer. Yeah, Barry knew every old joke. All right, so a man goes to the doctor says, "I'm afraid you're going to have to stop masturbating." "Oh no," says the man, "why?" "Well," says the doctor, "I'm trying to examine you." A man goes to the doctor, he says, I can't say my THs or Fs. The doctor says, well, you can't say fairer than that then. A man goes to the doctor with a bit of lettuce sticking out of his bottom. The doctor says it's just a tip of the iceberg. A man goes to the doctor and he says, doctor, me shit's coming out in little cubes. The doctor says, okay, stand up, turn around, take your shirt off, and there's a bit of snipping. And the doctor says, you'll be all right now. And the man says, what have you done? He says, I've just cut 6 inches off the bottom of your string vest. Anybody still got a string vest? I'll give you one more. A man goes to the doctor. And frankly, given the state of the NHS, it's a miracle he gets many appointments. Anyway, a man goes to the doctor says, bad news now, he says, I'm afraid you've got Alzheimer's and you've got cancer. Oh, well, he says, at least I haven't got Alzheimer's. Or cancer. Yeah, the old repeat themselves, the young have nothing to say, the boredom is mutual. The old repeat themselves, the young have... Some of you might have seen me on TV a few years ago. I don't know if you saw me, I was in a programme a few years ago, I don't know if you saw it called Celebrity Dogging. It was me, Stan Collymore, some bloke from EastEnders, hanging around in a car park on the outskirts of Wolverhampton, and every now and again one of us would get in the back of a car and have sex with a woman with a bag over her head who turned out to be Anne Whittaker. Anybody here ever shagged Anne Whittaker? No one in the fucking world. And some of you might remember me from another TV show I was on a long time ago now. It was called Grumpy Old Men. Yeah, and even now I get blokes come up to me and say, you a grumpy old man? I'm a grumpy old man too. And I say, well, in that case, you'll understand when I invite you to fuck off and leave me alone. But I like to invite people to tell me what makes them grumpy. One woman said, I'm grumpy because I don't like the way my husband breathes. And another bloke said, I'm grumpy because when my girlfriend's coming up to her period, we can only agree on one thing. We both wish I was dead. Yeah, I'm a bit grumpy. I've lent this friend of mine £2,000 for cosmetic surgery. And now I don't know what she looks like. Another woman said, I'm grumpy because since my dog died, I can no longer pass my farts off as his. Yeah, there's things that make me grumpy. I like skiing. I can't be bothered with bloody skiing. I've got friends that this time of year go off skiing. And I was thinking, bloody skiers, a bunch of ponces in coloured condoms whizzing pointlessly downhill. Skiers are so thick, they actually have to call it downhill skiing. If you want to go skiing, all you've got to do is get in a bath full of freezing cold ice, smash your kneecaps in with a hammer, tear up 2,000 quid skiing. I don't really like flying either, you know, I'm a bit scared of flying. I can't believe that little metal tube whizzing across the air. But I found a way of dealing with my fear of flying, and that's to upset the other passengers on the flight even more. So when you hear the captain say, good evening everybody, this is Captain Robinson, you shout out, oh no, not him. Not old Shaky Robinson. I didn't know he flew during opening hours. And then when they're chanting through the safety instructions, you ask questions. Hang on a moment, what happens to the hole blows at the top of the aeroplane and people start getting sucked out? I mean, are you finally going to turn off that no smoking sign? Because I'll definitely be needing a fag if that happens. Americans are fucking annoying as well, aren't they? Have we got any Americans here tonight? Good. Did you know this statistic? Did you know 1 out of 3 Americans weighs as much as the other 2? They say God invented war in order to teach Americans geography. And we are, as I say, divided by a common language. What we call trousers, Americans call pants, as you know. What we call braces, Americans call, anyone know? Suspenders, yeah. And I got invited to a party when I was in New York. Yeah, you can see this one coming. I said, well, what should I wear? She said, oh, I should wear pants and suspenders. So I did. Best bloody party I've ever been to. That's another thing that annoys me about Americans, is all their like inspirational quotes, like, never say never. Well, that's twice you've said it in 3 words. Dare to dream. Yeah, go to fucking bed. Well, I was talking to this American once, he said, hey Arthur, show me a good loser and I'll show you a loser. I said, no mate, show me a good loser and I'll show you a man calibrated to deal with the brutal vicissitudes of the world. On the other hand, show me a man who says, show me a good loser and I'll show you a loser and I'll show you a man destined for a life of disappointment and failure. But he'd gone by then. That's another thing. Americans and all their fucking enthusiasm, all those bloody exclamations, it's like disc jockeys in the morning, they really annoy me. Hi there everybody, let's all march off to work, egg and bacon, let's have a voting, yeah. You know, I wish they had disc jockeys in the morning who reflect how you feel in the morning. So we're all like, oh fucking hell, it's 7 o'clock. Sorry, love. Hello, everybody. Here's another Leonard Cohen song. Anybody like Leonard Cohen? You? Oh, good. What song? Yeah, I did a show a few years ago called Arthur Smith Sings Leonard Cohen, because it seemed to promise the grimmest evening of entertainment imaginable. And I've been voted 8th best Leonard Cohen tribute act in South London. Do you want me to sing you a Leonard Cohen song? Well, let's try that again. You want me to sing a Leonard Cohen song? Yeah! Who says no? All right, yeah, that's Cat Stevens up there. All right, what song do you want me to sing? Maybe I'll do Hallelujah, then we can all join in. Because it's Saturday night, isn't it? I heard there were... There's no gags in this, I'm just doing it straight off. I heard there was a secret chord that David played, and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? It goes like this, the 4th, the 5th, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Yay, give us a Knock, knock. M-A-B, it's a big horse. M-A-B, it's a big horse. maybe it's a big horse, I'm a Londoner. Yeah, I'm the mayor of Balham, by the way, in South London. Self-proclaimed nightmare, I don't do days. And this was the song that I sang when I proclaimed myself mayor of Balham in Sainsbury's car park on that big afternoon. I am the mayor of Balham, oh yes I fucking am. I am the mayor of Balham, I fucking am. Thank you very much. Hey, let's all sing it. I am the mayor of Balham, oh yes I fucking am. I am the mayor of Balham, I fucking am. Hey! Knock, knock. Not hello, are you from Norfolk? Knock, knock. Mandy. Mandy likes not me, no nor woman neither, but by your smiling you seem to say so. It's the world's only Shakespearean knock-knock joke there. I love a bit of Shakespeare. Torquay or not Torquay. That is not Wrexham. Wigan is Newcastle upon Tyne to Suffolk, the Hastings and Harrow of outrageous Morecambe, or to take Barnes against the sea at Peebles and by opposing Elton. Torbay, Rice Sleep, Penzance to Sheen. Aye, there's the pub. For in Rice Sleep of Death, what Cheams Kingston when we have Sheffield off this brutal soil. Fivefold, 'tis an unwelling garden city. Yeah, all right, I'll give you another poem, all right? Yeah, go on, another poem. I'll give you another poem. This has got a bit of a rude word in it, but I hope you'll understand it. I wrote it last Christmas. The Christmas cracker is pulled, and I read out the joke inside. Why does Noddy have a bell on his hat? The standard B, because he's a cunt. My fellow diners look shocked. They haven't realised this isn't really the joke in the cracker, especially not the 12-year-old boy I have noticed, who is laughing harder, I suspect, than he's ever laughed before, even though I also suspect he's never heard of Noddy. Is he still going, Noddy? I don't know. Was he arrested under Operation Yew Tree? Didn't have paedophilia in my day, we had Bob and Jogway. Anyone remember that? We were in the Scouts. Used to go and bang on a complete stranger's door and offer to do anything he asked for 5p. Didn't mess around with chaplains in those days. I found another thing about growing older though, is I'm not so angry about stuff as I used to be. I feel kind of empathy even for objects. Like I was in a shop the other day and I saw a bottle of bleach, and written on this bottle of bleach was seriously thick bleach. And I feel really sorry for that bleach. I mean, to me, that is domestos abuse. I'm not as arrogant as I used to be as well in my youth. I remember once being at St Pancras Station. This bloke came up to me and said, "You're a star." I said, "Yeah, right, I am." He looked at me again and went, "Eurostar?" Well, that was embarrassing. Talking of embarrassment, I think the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me was once when I was at school, by mistake, I called the head mistress Mummy. And it was doubly embarrassing because I was teaching at the school at the time. Now, I've got a surprise guest coming on. He's just going to come on and do a quick couple of minutes. Will you please give a big round of applause for the Impotent Man? Come on, give a round of the Impotent Man. Oh no, I'm sorry, he couldn't come. Anybody planning to have sex this evening? One person up the back. You know what they say, a good bit of sex is equivalent to walking 10 miles physically, which means that some couples do up to 70,000 miles in a lifetime, and other individuals walk alone even further. Now I'm going to be leaving you shortly because I know we've all got to go out clubbing, haven't we? Who's going clubbing after this? You don't sound very enthusiastic, I've got to say. But I'll be out in the streets there doing some dancing if you want to join me. But I'm going to leave you with a couple of jokes, a little poem, and then I'm going to take all my clothes off and stand on my head. And balance a tray on the end of my knob. All right. Here's a couple of jokes, all right? So, two dwarves are having sex with two women in adjoining rooms. One of them cannot achieve an erection. Next door, he can hear his friend going, 1, 2, 3, ah! 1, 2, 3, ah! Afterwards, they compare notes. First dwarf says to the second dwarf, hopeless for me, couldn't get going at all. But you seem to be having a great time. Even worse, says the second dwarf, couldn't even get onto the bed. Alright, two balloons get married and have a little baby balloon. And they all sleep together in bed. But eventually baby balloon gets a bit too big. And his mum says, sorry, you'll have to sleep next door now. So he goes in next door, but he misses being in with his mum and dad. So one night, while they're asleep, he sneaks back in between them. But there's not much room, so he lets a bit of air out of his mum, then out of his dad, then out of himself, and then he's lovely. But he wakes up in the morning to find his mother is furious. Look what you've done, she said. You've let me down. You've let your father down. And worst of all, you've let yourself down. Yeah. I love it when you all supply the last line. All right, but I'm going to leave you now, and I'm going to leave you with a poem, and it's not a funny poem, but I think it's a rather beautiful poem that you can say at the end of the day, when you got through the day, you didn't do any harm, and it was your day. It was written in 1650 by the first ever poet laureate called John Dryden, and it's called Happy the Man. Happy the man, and happy he alone. He who can call today his own. He who, secure within, can say, tomorrow do thy worst, for I have lived today. Be fair or foul, or rain or shine, the joys I have possessed, in spite of fate, are mine. Not heaven itself upon the past has power, but what has been, and I have had my hour, or rather my half hour. Good night. Thank you very much, Lancaster. See you down the street.
Brilliant. There we go. Have you had a good night, everyone? You've been an absolutely fantastic audience. We are bringing 4 new comedians to you on the 19th of July. We've got Stephen Bailey, Rita Lena, Archie Kelly off the Insights and Pat Monaghan. So you were all very welcome that night. And that's it. I was about to just close the show, but some of you got the word already and started leaving. That's absolutely fine. Don't worry. It doesn't, this is the bit where I will close it quick because it can go for a show to a hostage situation very quickly. But well done. Is everyone all right? Do you all know your way home and everything? Is it? Yeah. Does anyone need anything? Is that all right? Any diabetics in? See James at the front, right? And he should all the best with it. And you guys will be getting an Uber because you're really splashing out tonight with your extra £5. So do enjoy yourselves. And I've been telling you, if you want to follow me, I'll be at the stage door in about 5 minutes. So do that. I'm not on the internet. But anyway, you've been an absolutely amazing audience. Let's give it up for Arthur Smith, everybody.